Hey there, welcome back to Brain, Body and Science. Today we're talking about something that's in all of us but often gets overlooked, our blood types. Did you know your blood type is more than just a letter? It's actually linked to your DNA and can even give insights into your health and ancestry. Stick around to learn more about the different blood types and what they say about your genetics. First, let's break it down. A blood type refers to the specific proteins or antigens found on the surface of your red blood cells. These antigens are inherited from your parents and they play a critical role in medical treatments. Like blood transfusions and organ transplants, the two most important systems that determine your blood type are the ABO blood group and the Rh factor. So, where does your DNA fit into this? Let's dive in. The ABO system is the most well-known blood grouping. It's determined by the ABO gene, which controls the type of antigens on your red blood cells. Let's take a look at the different blood types and what they represent in terms of your DNA. If you have type A blood, your red blood cells have the A antigen. This means you inherited either two A genes, AA or an A, and an O gene, AO, from your parents. You'll also have anti-B antibodies in your plasma. If you're type B, your cells carry the B antigen and your genotype is either BB or BO. You'll have anti-A antibodies in your plasma. Blood type AB with AB blood, your red blood cells have both A and B antigens. Your genotype is AB. Pretty straightforward. Fun fact, AB blood types are known as the universal recipients since they can receive blood from any type. Finally, if you're type O, your red blood cells don't have A or B antigens and your genotype is OO. You have both anti-A and anti-B antibodies in your plasma. People with O blood are universal donors. Their blood can be given to anyone because it lacks these antigens. So, how do you inherit your blood type? It's all about Mendelian genetics. Each parent passes down one copy of their ABO gene, and the combination you inherit determines your blood type. Now, let's talk about the Rh factor. This is another antigen that can either be present or absent on the surface of your red blood cells. If you have the Rh antigen, you're Ra positive. If not, you're Rh negative. Genetically, this is determined by a dominant Rh gene. So if you inherit at least one Rh positive gene, you'll be Ra positive. Only those with two Rh negative genes will be Rh negative. This is super important for things like pregnancy. If an Rh negative mother is carrying an Rh positive baby, there can be complications, but we'll save that for another video. Did you know that your blood type can affect your risk for certain diseases? For example, research has shown that people with type O blood have a lower risk of heart disease, while those with type A might have a slightly higher risk of stomach cancer. Also, your blood type can impact how you respond to infections. There's even evidence that your blood type can influence your susceptibility to COVID-19. Type O may be linked to a lower risk of severe illness, while type A might be more vulnerable. Most of us fall into the common ABO and Rh groups, but there are some rare blood types too. Ever heard of the Bombay blood group? It's a super rare type where people don't have the A or B antigens, even if their genetics say they should. This can make finding compatible blood donors really difficult. There are also other rare types like the Duffy and Kell systems that are less well known, but just as important in medical settings. The ABO blood group system. The ABO system is the most well-known blood grouping. It's determined by the ABO gene, which controls the type of antigens on your red blood cells. Let's break it down, including the Rh factor, which gives us that positive, plus, or negative designation. If you're A plus, your red blood cells have the A antigen and the Rh antigen. You'll have anti-B antibodies in your plasma. Genetically, this means you could have AA or AO for the ABO gene and at least one Rh plus gene. A plus donors can give to A plus and AB plus patients, but can only receive from A plus, O plus and O. If you're A, your red blood cells have the A antigen, but no Rh antigen. Genetically, this means you'll have AA or AO and two Rh genes. A can donate to both A and A plus, as well as AB and AB plus. However, A can only receive A or O blood. O plus means your red blood cells have no A or B antigens, but do have the Rh antigen. Genetically, you'll have OO for ABO and at least one Rh plus gene. You'll have anti-A and anti-B antibodies. O+ donors can give to all positive blood types, A+, B+, AB+, O+, but can only receive from O+ and O donors. O means no AB or Rh antigens on your red blood cells. Genetically, this means OU and R/Rho is known as the universal donor because O blood can be given to anyone. But O individuals can only receive O blood. These blood types are inherited based on the combination of ABO genes and Rh factor genes from your parents. Whether you're positive or negative for RR, it plays a huge role in transfusions and pregnancy, which we'll cover in the next section. Good news! You can find out your blood type through a genetic test. These tests look at specific genes like ABO and RhD to tell you exactly what blood type you have based on your DNA. Plus, prenatal testing can predict a baby's blood type before they're even born, helping prevent things like Rh incompatibility. So that's the scoop on blood types and how they relate to your DNA. Understanding your blood type is more than just knowing what letter you are. It gives you insights into your genetic makeup, your health, and even your ancestry. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Have any questions about blood types or genetics? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and see you next time.